This is a 4-minute review of the Sony 85mm f1.4 GM lens and a comparison against the Sigma 85mm f1.4 Art. Several of you who watched my recent Sigma 85mm Art versus the Canon 85mm f1.2L review wondered how the Sony would compare in this matchup. If you haven't watched that review, it is linked below, and all you really need to know is I walked away extremely impressed with the Sigma, as I have been of all of their new Art series lenses. The Sony 85mm f1.4 GM lens is $1,798 with an 11-blade aperture design. The Sigma 85mm f1.4 Art is $1199, also f1.4 to f16 with a 9-blade aperture design, and you do need the MC11 adapter because they do not make the Sigma in an FE mount, which brings the total cost to $1,448, though Sigma sells bundles with their other lenses, in the future might bring the price down to $1,400. Both the Sony and the Sigma lenses are exceptionally well made, though the Sony gives you aperture control on the lens with a click-declick switch, which is useful for video shooters, along with a focus hold button that can also be assigned IAF, as well as several other options. The Sony lens is dust and moisture resistant and significantly lighter at 1.8 pounds with a front filter size of 77mm versus the Sigma, which weighs in at 2.49 pounds. That does not include the extra weight of the adapter, and the front filter is a massive 86mm. Another lens you should consider in this focal range is the Zeiss Batis 85mm f1.8. Although slower, it weighs just 1 pound and is noticeably smaller as well. And the newly announced Sony FE 85mm f1.8, which weighs less than 1 pound and is significantly cheaper at $598. I'll be back for the hands-on once this lens begins to ship. I expected the native Sony lens to blow away the Sigma in focus speed, because the Sigma has to use the adapter. And while the Sony is certainly faster and offers all of the additional AF modes like tracking and IAF, it really isn't as fast a focusing lens, and even with the adapter, the Sigma holds up quite well, though you do see a slowdown and hesitation when you move that AF point out near the edges when working with the Sigma adapter. After spending a few days shooting and comparing images, I can say that I have an extremely hard time deciding if one lens is sharper. Wide open at f1.4, I find both to be exceptionally sharp. The 11-bladed aperture of the Sony might contribute to slightly smoother bokeh, but the difference is slight. And in some lighting scenarios, the Sigma seems to produce a slightly warmer image. Overall though, from center to edge, from wide open to f16, these are two fine lenses. In summary, while I'd like to save you a couple hundred, I would recommend the Sony 85mm for most users. It's smaller, lighter, offers weather sealing, and a few bells and whistles that make it a more versatile lens. The Sigma, though, is a fantastic value if you don't mind bigger, heavier, and the clunk of using the MC11 adapter. If you appreciated this review, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to be notified of future reviews, tips and tricks, and giveaways like the $6,000 photo gear and experience happening right now. Link to enter is below this video. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.